Hello, I'm Greg Harrison with USDA Market News Service here in St. Joe, Missouri with your National Feeder Cattle Summary this week. Well, feeder cattle prices this week took another beating this week. And comparing to last week, kind of started the week mostly $5 to $12 lower. Then by midweek, it was running mostly $10 to $20 lower. And there's a lot of spots and places in this market where it's $25 to $30 lower. And that was really on from lightweight calves clear to yearling. And it was just a pretty bad week this week for feeder cattle prices. Feeder cattle buyers substantially lowered their bids this week as they tried to get feeders bought with a break evens that can look attainable. And it was just another week of plunging cattle futures, especially the first 3 days of this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, as each day saw sharp triple-digit losses, and as this feeder cattle market and live cattle market continues to try to find a bottom. And futures just plunged to new contract lows this week. Just a lot of very aggressive selling this week in the market. Feeder cattle are really just kind of caught in a bottleneck of lower fed cattle prices on Wednesday. In Kansas, live prices $5 lower at $119, $5 to $6 lower in Nebraska at $118, $7 lower on dress sales at $188. You got sharply lower futures. You got a record supply of competing meats as the livestock complex just continues to struggle with a lot of these issues. Feeder cattle prices, both cash and the futures, have just been really just too high compared to the fed cattle market, and until this fed cattle market can find a bottom and live cattle futures can find some support, hoping to see higher prices down the road, this feeder cattle market is just going to come under pressure. This week, USDA export data was released and compiled by the U.S. Meat Export Federation, reported October beef exports down 14% from last year, a year ago levels at this time, and volume at 95,000 metric tons, while export values fell 26% to $508 million, and that's compared to a record high volume posted last October at $687 million. Pork exports in October down 3% from year-ago levels at 177,190 metric tons, and fell 21% in value at $447.8 million. And a lot of that just due to a higher U.S. dollar. Box beef values just continue to struggle, especially after Thanksgiving. Lackluster to just meager sales, just enormous amount of pork and beef and chicken out there for the consumer to choose from, and beef demand just getting a hard time getting a fire built under it. Box beef values on this Thursday choice was unchanged from Wednesday at $203.08, and that's compared to $204.49 a week ago at this time. Looking at some regional weighted averages this week, in the north central region, steers weighing 600 to 700 pounds are mostly $14 lower at $170.42. 700 to 800 pounds running $9 lower at $159.92. 800 to 900 pounds $11 lower at $151.87. And in the south central region, steers weighing from 500 to 800 pounds all running between $11 and $12 lower. Steers weighing 500 to 600 pounds averaging $174.79, 600 to 700 pounds averaging $159.21, and 700 to 800 pounds averaging $153.03. 800 to 900 pound steers running $15 lower at $148.96. In the southeast region, steers weighing 400 to 500 pounds, $7 lower at $176.40, and 500 to 600 pound steers running $9 lower at $159.33. That's your markets for this week. Thanks for listening. Be back with you next week.